This is ELBC Radio 99.9 FM, the voice of one people, one nation, united for peace and sustainable development. Thank you all for joining us, and this is the first major discussion segment of our program, and we're happy to be here today. I'm Daniel Ankara, and in studio I have with me the Minister of Gender, Duncan-Cassell. Good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
Good
morning to the great people of the world.
Great. We also have with us Dr. Margaret Kilo. She's the resident representative of the African Development Bank. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody.
Great to have you. And also the host of the Women Let's Talk program, Matenneh-rose Dunbar, is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Dan.
How does it feel to be sitting now as a host?
Well, it's joyous and expecting as I'm seated here today to be interviewed by you.
Okay, thank you very much. And our conversation is greatly centered, around the anniversary of the Women Let's Talk program. Not just that, but other major things that are coming up. 60 Days of Activism is also coming up very shortly for all of us. But I'll begin with the Minister of Gender. So far, so good. Have we had an improvement positively in the statistics of SGBV and other kinds of inhumane acts against women, young girls, as well as boys?
Daniel, let me say thank you, and thanks to Dr. Margaret Kilo and Matenneh-rose here. And you look like you already stated, it is the first anniversary of Women Let's Talk. But Women Let's Talk, you ask about SGBV, which is sexual and gender-based violence, because of the advocacy, because of all the awareness. Yes, a lot of people are now speaking out. A lot of people understand when you talk about sexual and gender-based violence, when you talk about rape, when you talk about any form of violence against women and children. People now know that they have rights, that the rights can be defended. They know where to go. We have the right of passage where people know how to report these cases. So yes, you have a lot of cases now being reported. So a lot has happened. We are not where we want to be, but we are getting there.
I'm interested, how did the idea of this whole Women Let's Talk program come about? Because that's very important as to how we move ahead, and then I'll come to Dr. Kilo and Matenneh to share with that. But I'd like you to begin on that one.
Well, Matenneh has been hosting this show for a year, so we say hats off to her. Hats off to all of our friends that are not in Liberia, but I show maybe online, Facebook, Twitter, they will know who were part of this. It was sometimes, was it 2013 in Sino?
It was 2014 actually.
No, 14 was Ebola. 2013. 13. Yes, we were driving to Greenville, Sino County for the Independence Day. And your humble servant was leading an array of women diplomats, women partners. And so we had a nice evening with the president, the biggest woman of this country, on the eve of the 26th celebration. And just talking among ourselves, let me say to the former ambassador, Deborah Malik, UN Women, Hawa, Maggie, the former ambassador from Nigeria, that was in Liberia, Chigozie. Yes. The Swedish ambassador, and other women, the wife of the ambassador of Cameroon, she was also there with us, along with the president.
Elise Gan,
yes. And so while sitting that evening, we brought in some young girls. And these girls gave their testimony. And so women, as we are, always thinking way ahead, said, no, we need to do something. If this girl's story can only be told. And then Doc here said, if the Iberian women don't tell your story, somebody will tell it for you. And Howard from Young Women said, yes, let's do something. And so we all sat that evening eating good food and just brainstorming.
And we mentioned the fact that in my country, Cameroon, there is a dedicated radio program for women, and it's called Calling the Women.
Calling the Women.
And that program has been running for many, many years, since independence. And it's the program where women can share their ideas, hear their stories, but it tells women, it gives women information, all kinds of information about different sectors, financial sector, agricultural sector, schools, promoting girls' education, promoting all the things that Matenneh talks about in her show. So we agreed that we were going to have a dedicated radio program for women of Liberia. And we had all kinds of names, but I can't remember who came up with the name.